Hi, Mrs. Achenbach.
Hi.
I just want to thank you for taking the time to meet with me, to tell me what it's like to be an assistant principal, and to elaborate on what you do every day and kind of what it takes to become a principal.
Okay.
Okay, so my first question I'm gonna ask you is, how long have you been in education?
Well, I graduated from Youngstown State University in 2002. I immediately went right into the classroom. I taught for, it's like 9.5 years, close to 10, in the classroom, different grade levels. I did 6th, 7th, 8th, 5th grade. I taught 3rd grade. I did 2nd grade. I did title position. They always moved me around with a lot of the kids because I did really well. I believe this is why. With behavior and being able to manage my classroom well. So I really worked with a lot of students that maybe were a little more challenging than others. So then I was asked to move up into administration. I was the literacy coach. I did that for approximately 2.5 years. And then they asked me to be assistant principal, and I did that last year and this year.
Had you ever had aspirations of being an assistant principal before, like being in the classroom? Did you ever think about it?
Well, when I was in the classroom, I really enjoyed the kids. I like coming up with, all of my lessons and doing that. But I always felt like something was missing when I was in the classroom because I felt like I was like kind of like a coach for other teachers, a mentor. I really enjoyed like working with the other teachers and coming up with ideas and doing collaboration. And so I think moving up to literacy coach really helped me to, build that bond between other teachers in the building. And kind of, help the whole community of the school-wide building, like to do more implementations of different strategies. And so from there, I just kind of slipped into the role of assistant principal. It definitely, you wear many hats when you have that job. Ones that, I'm still learning, not very good at yet, I will say, but it's I'm a work in progress.
So having relationships with your teachers is important.
Absolutely.
As is with your parents.
Yes.
As is with the students.
Mm-hmm.
So you do wear many hats.
Absolutely.
So walk me through your typical day.
A typical day, just getting to the building. We have to be here. We usually try to get here before the teachers do. So about an hour before all the teachers get here, around 7:30 we get here, and I get here. Mr. Mason, the principal, he also does. But we start our day immediately as soon as we walk in the door. It's either there's a list from yesterday that we didn't finish. Remember, there's parents we have to call. There's meetings we have to schedule. There's grants we're writing. We're constantly, making sure that, we're checking on lesson plans. We have to do our evaluation. We do teacher evaluation. The beginning of the year is always the most chaotic. It's just go, go, go. It's nonstop. Some days we're a nurse. Some days we do counseling with the kids. Some days we do counseling with the teachers. Some days, it could be where you're on your computer doing a lot of emails. Another day could be a day where you're spending a lot of time in different classrooms. In this environment, in this community school that we work in, it's a little, I would say, a lot different than a public school. When you think of an assistant principal, they are dealing with behaviors and things like that. But at Summit Academy, we really, I could take a kid and then I could maybe teach them a lesson, with their, social studies or reading or whatever they're doing.
Right.
And then I take them back to class, and then they maybe have an issue with something and they just need someone to walk them around the building. I could be doing that one day. Someone needs a Band-Aid. It doesn't even matter. So the nice thing about our building is when it comes to administration, we all work together. We're a really good team. We collaborate. And even though I might have many hats on, every single person in our building, teachers included, many hats in order to make this building run efficiently.
So as an assistant principal, if you can choose one thing that you like best about your job, I'm going to ask you what you like best about it and what you like least about it. So let's start with what you most admire about being an assistant principal. What makes you proud of having that title?
I don't know if it necessarily has to do with the title, so to speak. I definitely believe that I am someone that likes to be in the background, kind of like this sounds really mean when I say it's like a puppeteer, but like I like to just watch the show as it goes on and not necessarily be in the lead.
And step in when you're needed.
If I'm needed, then I'd like to step in. But I always love, and I like to make other people shine. And I think that's just what I like to do. I like, I don't want to take the credit for myself. If there's a great idea, I throw it out there to everybody. If a classroom's doing a great job, and I just want to make sure that everybody feels like excited about what they're doing. So I don't know, I guess I like the ability to be able to do that. Just I don't know, just kind of have my hands in everything. I am a control freak, so I mean, I don't know.
Is there anything that you like least? Like there's something that you're like, oh, this happened today and it really just threw a wrench in my day, or I just don't like dealing with this part of my job?
Well, I do feel some
makes it
days,
difficult for you?
just the management aspect of it. I think with my teaching background, there are days where I just want to be in the classroom and I just want to, I want to jump into a group and I want to teach with the kids. And there's days where I just can't do that because I'm bogged down with like paperwork, or I have to get this report done, or, somebody needs this, and this immediately. And I think sometimes I work best under pressure. I do know that, but I feel like sometimes I want to finish something sometimes before someone else is trying to give me something different. And that's the one part of the job that it's like, oh, did I do this? Did I get this done? I didn't get this part of my list done. Wait, I didn't do anything.
Right.
Because I started something and then it didn't get done. So I think sometimes I have to step back and go, wait, I got to finish this, and this, and then I can do this. And then maybe I'll have time to go do this.
So if you had one of your teachers come to you who's been in the classroom, say, a few years, and they said to you, Mrs. Achenbach, I need you to give me, what are the skills that I need to be an effective principal?
Well, one, you have to be able to communicate. I don't really like to stand and be that person, and you have to have that confidence. You have to be able to look at every aspect of a problem before you kind of jump in and try to give a solution to it. It's very important to, I feel, a great principal is someone that listens to their team and they get input from everybody. And so it's not always, like this one person is a dictator and they're doing this and you have to do it because I'm the principal. I feel like it is like a shared leadership. And I do believe that you get more done when everybody can buy in to whatever it is that you need. So I think that if you're not a team player, don't even bother being a principal, because
You have to be able to collaborate. You
have to. And you know what? There's different personalities. You're not going to like everybody. And I don't always have a poker face, but I'm sincere, and you just have to be able to find the good in everything that you do in the people that you work for. Build them up.
Would you describe being a principal as the job itself as a high pressure job?
Absolutely. And when I was in the classroom, I was always like, oh, I think it would be so much easier if I was a principal. I wouldn't have to deal with this, and this. But I think the fact that when I was in the classroom, I liked my structure, I liked my routine, and I knew what was happening at all times.
Right.
So now, and that has its own stress in its own way. But as I transitioned to be an assistant principal, that kind of goes by the wayside. You don't have a set schedule because this person demands your time and this person demands your time, and you have to be able to go on the fly and be like, all right, let me handle this now. Wait, okay, this is happening. Wait, what just happened in the cafeteria? Let me go down there.
Right.
You have to be able to have that flexibility to be able to transition to do different things in a spur of a moment. And if your brain is not like that, no, you're not going to do it. No, you'll struggle. Not you in general. I'm just saying that's your personality.
No, for sure. I would definitely agree with all of that. And I think you've really helped me see that side of it. I get to see the teacher side of it and the office side of it, but I'm so glad that you took the time to tell me a little bit about what it is to be a principal, because it is really kind of like, you always hear about the teachers getting credit, but I think a lot of times we forget about, who's at the head, and always who's up the head can make everybody beneath them better. Kind of like vice versa. Like teachers make principals better, principals make their teachers better, and staff better.
Absolutely.
So thank you for taking the time to meet with me and answering my questions.
Anytime. Thanks.